hello, hello. Welcome back to the Sock Show, where the big news of the day is Tom Cruise inked a deal to develop and produce original and franchise films starring, Tom Cruise with good old WB, reports Variety. And what does that mean? Well, not much really. It just means he has yet one more office and another avenue to create should he choose to do so. Tom, you see, has offices in rival studios such as Paramount and Universal as well, so it's really not an exclusive thing. It simply looks good having Mr. Cruise's name on the building, and why not? I mean, he is the last true movie star, so they say, and he does bring in revenue. So in the long run, it's a good thing that he makes films there. It also looks good to have Tom's name on the docket when WB goes to sell and or merge. Am I being a skeptic about this? Well, yeah, I am, but it makes sense when you think about it, especially if WB were still trying to merge with Paramount. All the Tom Cruises in the world don't mind you ain't going to fill a $50 billion hole, but I guess we'll see what happens. And now I want to talk about something that's been eating at me for the past few weeks, and that's the fact that Prime is going to start inserting ads all over the freaking place on the 29th in just 2 short weeks, unless you pay an extra $3 a month. Now, last I heard, Prime has some 200 million subscribers. 200 million. Do the math on that one, Bucky. I mean, the company is worth $1.5 trillion. Bezos, the owner, is worth $172 billion just by himself. I mean, do they really need more dough? The economy sucks already and they want more. The current trend of streamers wanting to create more revenue by placing ads in movies and our shows is getting crazy, if you ask me. When I signed up for my first Netflix account all those years ago, it was to get away from the ads and to cut the cord, because cable as we knew it was just getting outrageously priced. And now, every streaming company that used to be ad-free, be it Max, Netflix, and now apparently soon to be Prime, has begun putting ads into the system unless you opt to pay more for an ad-free subscription. So in other words, we're right back to where we were with cable. Now, I think my last cable subscription years ago was with Comcast way back in the day, and it was about $82 to $90 a month. And there were a few movie channels thrown in there, like Stars, for instance, which is now, I might add, a paid-for streamer. That subscription got me somewhere around 160 channels. Some were music channels, I gotta say that. It also included all local channels as well. Now, well, let's see. Paramount is around $6 a month. Peacock, 6 to 12, depending on if you go ad-free or not. Netflix, 7 to 15. Apple TV, 7. Disney, 8 to 14. Max, 10 to 16. And soon Prime will be 9 to 12 a month. So if you were to subscribe to all those, it would run you somewhere in the neighborhood of $47 to $70 a month. Still better than the price of cable, yes. But, and this is a big one, no local channels. So you need an antenna, and you need to hope that it's a good one. Now, I've had somewhere around a dozen different HD channels, and I have to tell you, none of them are perfect. There are many things that affect your viewing, be it trees, weather, planes, neighbors playing with balloons, etc. But hey, free is free. Now, you could go with YouTube TV, $70 a month. Sling, depending on the deal, $40 to $55 a month. Fubo, $33 a month. And there are others along with various streamers to complete your viewing experience and hopefully get local channels as well. But damn, now you're upwards of around, if not over, $100 a month. So now, my friends, we have to come full circle. Yes, cable is dead, long live streaming, and now the price is pretty much the same as what cable used to be. Now I'm going to tell you my viewing rig. To begin with, I use Spectrum Internet. Now, do I love it? No. But out of all the choices that I have where I live, it is the most reliable, but not by much. I have HD antennas on every TV in the house, 4 to be exact. That way I can watch football when need be. I rotate Netflix Premium, meaning I subscribe to it when there's enough movies and shows that pile up in any given month. And I will watch them, and then I will cancel it until another batch piles up, which seems to be about every 3 or 4 months. I have Paramount Basic, $6. It has commercials, but I can live with what few shows I use it for. And they have a good buildup of movies. You know, the Star Trek series, everything that Tom Cruise has, I might add, to watch. And they run the ads before the movies, not in between like other streamers do. Peacock, now I pay premium for this, $12, simply because I'm addicted to Dateline, 2.5 Men, and Everyone Loves Raymond, period. I like to watch them without commercials, thank you very much. I just recently resubscribed to Hulu after a long dry spell, simply because at Christmas time they ran a deal where you could get it for 99 cents a month for a solid year. And now what else you get to get for $1 a month these days? You can't even get a candy bar for that. The most expensive streamer I have is Max, $16 a month for premium. I subscribed to Max back in the day, which used to be HBO Max, simply because of one reason and one reason only, and that was the ability to watch DC related content. Well, okay, 2 reasons. I have to throw in Looney Tunes as well, but that's getting slim pickings now. How long it remains in my arsenal, though, depends on what WB winds up doing this year and next. Of course I have Prime, but only because it comes with my Prime subscription for shopping, and that isn't exactly as good as it used to be, but that's another topic altogether. Now, I hear some of you might be saying, but Socks, surely you must have Disney Plus. Well, I did when MCU was banging out hit after hit, but then it got kind of stagnant for me, and so now I tend to get it once every 6 months or so when I get the urge to binge watch Marvel Phases 1 through 3 or the Pirates of the Caribbean series. I watch them, then I dump it. Now, when it comes to watching movies, I have to say that my biggest expense, or rather should I say investment, is on Blu-rays and DVDs. I have hundreds, that of which I will never get rid of, and I continue to buy them this day when I find them. I am a huge supporter of physical media, not only with movies, but with music as well. I still have all of my CDs and all of my albums from way back in the day when I was in high school. And you know why? Because they belong to me. And you see, that's the problem I have with digital media. It can always be taken away from you. All of the streaming companies bounce catalogs around like ping pong balls. So one month you may not be able to watch what you could a few months ago. And get this, even if you purchase digital media, say like from Prime for instance, a movie or a series, well, you really don't own it at all. All you've really purchased was the right to view it at any given time when you choose to do so, which is all fine and dandy until the company you purchased it from either loses the rights to it because the license expires, or God forbid, they go out of business. Case in point, take Sony for instance. Many people purchased Discovery branded shows via their PlayStations, only to lose them all this past December because the license agreement that they paid for back in the day had expired with WB/Discovery. Bada bing, bada boom, so long it's all gone, capiche. Modern technology is great, to be sure. Hell, I wouldn't be doing this little show of mine without it, but it's not without its flaws. At least when Spectrum goes out, and if any of you out there use it like me, you know it's quite often at times, I can slip one of my many movies into the old Blu-ray player and still enjoy the evening. Yeah, I can watch a movie on my phone or my iPad, but dude, come on. When I want to watch Batman vs. Superman, I want to watch it on that big-ass TV thundering through the soundbar system. For if I cannot watch my movies the way that was intended, then what's an overpriced sound system for? Now you might be wondering where I stand on this as far as gaming goes. Well, I have to admit, I haven't owned a game console since PlayStation 3. I had it along with my PS2 and PS1. You know, Batman Arkham, Devil May Cry, Tomb Raiders 1 through 3, Guitar Hero, Resident Evil 1 through 4, everything that had Duke Nukem in it. Those were the games for me. And yeah, I know I'm showing my age, but the same thing applies. I would want the discs. I wouldn't rely on the cloud or the drive on my console as the only ways of storage or retrieving a game that I paid $50 to $80 for. Same thing with a computer. Not having a disk to install or reinstall Windows or Office just drives me insane. Yes, I know it deters theft, but it still pisses me off because I'm old school like that. But I digress, as I have rambled on long enough. So as I was saying, it seems that commercials are back to our viewing experience, whether we really want them or not. Unless, of course, we pony up more dough to avoid them, even apparently, with Prime soon. I guess Bezos has to fuel up that $500 million yacht of his somehow. And so, my friends, with all that said, tell me, how do you feel about the return of commercials into mainline streaming television? Does it annoy you? Or does it even matter to you? Do you think it's a pain to subscribe to so many different platforms in order to watch what you were able to with cable? And how many do you subscribe to? Do you even miss cable TV? What kind of setup do you have to watch? Do you even still buy physical media? And how do you feel about Tom Cruise signing with WB? Is it simply window dressing? If you would, please leave your comments down below. And why don't you hit that like button, subscribe, so you don't miss any of the golden goodness of new shows coming up. And as always, thank you so much for hanging out with me. God bless, and socks out.